I have a poem, and it kind of like talks about like the stereotypes and stuff that people like have about like me like growing up in Regent Park. So yeah, it's called Where I'm From. They say I grew up in a place where you hear gunshots every day, where you never feel safe, so you had certain times to play. They claim I was from that place where you hear police sirens day after day, that it wasn't the safest place, so they asked us why we chose to stay. And even though they haven't lived a day in my life or walked a mile in my shoes, they still choose to believe that their stories are 100% true. It's like they hear what they want and just twist up all our words. And just because the way I grew up is different doesn't mean we're from two separate worlds. But so what? So what if I own every pair of kicks but really can't stand the politics? So what if I listen to gangster music instead of country because it sounds sick? So what if you'll see me in ball shorts more often than a dress? So what if it's not the easiest place to live, but still, I try my best? So what? The reason why you may care about these things a little more than me is probably because that's all you people see. For you people can be as blind as a bat, and well, believe it or not, you treat us like rats. For where you may live, we may stay unseen, because we live in this place where you still haven't been. And although it doesn't show, we are much more than you know. You place us at the bottom of your little food chain, and make it seem as if you are the predator and we are the prey. But what you don't know is you got it all wrong. For we're the eagle soaring, yeah, we're long gone. We're on our own path now, hoping it leads us to success. And even though it's a bumpy road, we just hope for the best. But that's what life is all about. It's ups and it's downs. And if you end up on the dark side, you can always turn around. I learned that when things don't go right, you still have the choice to go left. But you only have that choice if you push yourself to take the next step. I also learned that your families are the ones in which you take pride, because no matter where you go, they're always by your side. And don't think that family is limited to the ones with your blood, because family can be anyone that is loyal and is loved. In fact, I learned a lot of things, and these are just some, but I'm still 14 years young, still hoping for more to come, and I'll never forget these lessons, whether they were simple or complex, like how 1 + 1 = 2, or one day is nothing like the next. Thank you.
Northside. They always ask me what it's like to grow up in Regent Park. I tell them it's nothing. What do they want to hear about? Gangbangers, chain yankers, or cocaine slangers? They can't just watch the news for that. Why don't they ask me about how my high school grades improved in the last semester? Or how I made the high school basketball team? You know, some of us are working hard on their math and jump shots. It's not just about drugs and gangs in Regent Park. Why don't they ask me about what I want to accomplish in the next year or how my little sister's doing? Nobody asks of that. They just want to know why my jeans hang low and if the Gucci belt is real. Of course it's real, and so am I. It seems like people only want to know one thing about Regent Park. I don't have much to say about that. I just want to take a chance to let you know that I'm glad I'm doing great, and I'm glad you are here to know that.
See, it's hard growing up in Regent Park. It's hard looking out these windows and seeing these buildings fall apart. Thinking about the past, just sitting in the dark. It's crazy how Regent's just starting to fall apart. I wish it could be like when we were younger growing up. See, now everyone's walking down this road hoping they get to see tomorrow. I'm just praying I make it in this life I'm living in, get my family out the hood, and make sure my mom ain't gotta stress again. I remember growing up, never really came for money. Mama had to work 2 jobs just so we never went to sleep hungry. Sometimes I hate this life I'm living in. Lost a couple friends, won't get to see them again. See, every day was a struggle. I grew up without a father, mother always working. But even though she was always working, she couldn't buy me the things I really wanted. But I could never blame her, because see, she's a single parent and I know she tries her hardest. See, I grew up with 2 brothers and 2 sisters, so times were hard when it came to clothes that I really wanted. Started working at 14, breaking bread with my family, and started buying things that I really wanted. See, I grew up in a struggle where people shoot guns and sell drugs, so people looking in assume that kids from Regent Park are gonna amount to nothing. Sometimes it's hard to feed a family of 5. Smoking weed to try to forget about the pain, because sometimes it's hard to try to get by. I guess people would understand more if they walked in our shoes. Ooh. Started from nothing. See, I'm trying to paint you guys a perfect picture. Growing up in the struggles can make a person go crazy. Every day wondering when is your last. Constantly looking over your shoulder because someone's moving too fast. Always trying to spot those snakes in the grass. Every day living in the past. See, I never smoked weed or drank to try to forget about the pain and struggles I go through. I just use it all as motivation. See, I used to hate those days when I had to wear the same clothes for a week, and that really bothered me. But you know what really bothers me is having to see my mother work day in and day out on her feet. So every day I tell myself I have to make this dream become a reality so I can feed my family. Thank you.
Where I'm from, you're taught to act tough and mean. People on the corners every day selling crack to fiends. Just a young kid trying to ball and have fun, while people in the hood sell cracks and shoot guns. I started from the bottom, so nothing's ever been fair. Seen days my family's struggling, living off welfare. It seems like we're given one option to sell dope in pounds, and I pray for the day I go to sleep without gun sounds. I'm done.
Gunshots, gloves, and cops. They surround us. As they surround us, I can't help but scream. Blood, bodies, and mourning. All we have left is our innocence. Once again, another person killed by the gun. Sad and sickening, but no one cares. There are no changes made, and yes, there will be more violence, and yes, more youth will be killed by guns. He was only 15, gunned down, innocent, humble, and a role model. Characteristics of the young male. As we mourn, we look for help. Cops won't do their jobs, door-to-door canvassing, but yet no killer. There are approximately 27,000 police in Toronto. 2% of police do their job properly. Dishonor, judgmental, and racist. 83% of Canadians are one of those, so we are left not trusting a soul, not knowing who shot our brothers, who our enemies are. Some left without a father. All we have left is our memories, short but unforgettable. All we have left is pictures, forced to talk to social workers they don't understand, statements, false convictions, and accusations. That's all they come back to us with. And the descriptions, the same every time. Black male, approximately 5'10", with a slim build. Stress, tired, and retaliation. Words we are not only left to say, but feelings. Feelings of the hurt, abused, and strong. After constant battling, still no answers. Who are our enemies? Why are we alone? How many times will families and friends mourn for loved ones? Will we be next? Will the violence stop? Questions not only I can think of. Who can relate? Who will understand? Unreplaceable, unforgotten, and underestimated characteristics of the victims killed by gun violence. Communities, children, families, and mothers left to mourn, not for the first time. Overprotective, unfair, and unreasonable. Shall I ask why? No, because we should know. Be the change, better your life, and know who your friends are.